So this series music runs directly into the first music cue there.
The music for the Living Planet series was created by Elizabeth Parker in the BBC's Radiophonic Workshop. Here she is viewing the edited film of the last programme in the series with the producer Andrew Neil.
Environments of the Earth have always been changing.
So what we're establishing at the beginning is a feeling of the bigness of the world, is it?
That's
mystery,
right.
Beauty.
And the power of the internal forces that heave up great mountain chains.
Natural effects here, presumably.
Certainly natural effects, but
The music in the series has to blend with the natural effects, as well as creating a mood of its own.
How much do you want the music to actually dominate over the natural effects?
Well, I think it would balance with the natural effects. I think it would merge in. I mean, that kind of sound, we would provide the splash, but you would provide the more powerful undertone thing.
Yes. First of all, for that very first shot, which is a marvellous shot of a sun coming up. It's red, it's glowing, and you've got the waves across there. And I wanted a great feeling of power, but also a sort of celestial feel also. The first thing I thought of using was something that sounds vaguely like this, I think. There. Add a bit of echo. It's just there. It's very strong. It's very powerful. I added a more celestial feeling. Well, I hope it sounds celestial. It's a slight choral-orientated sound, which was myself singing. In fact, what I did was sing through the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the sound that I used. After that, I added some waves, because you see the waves at the front of the picture. And again, I'm just thinking of themes, and I've just taken a very short 4-note theme. And then we're into the volcano sequence, which I have to think about completely differently. Well, here I wanted to portray this enormous heat, the emptiness, the loneliness, and the heat, absolutely overpowering heat of the desert. You want to feel as if the sweat is rolling off you. To get the sense of dryness over, I took a single note and just elongated it, and then I took another note and just wavered it above and below that note by quarter tones, in fact, to try and achieve a tension between those two notes. It's like a strand of ribbon moving up and down and all the time pulling against each other, and you're trying to get that feeling within the viewer. Well, here, the programme is called Jungles. It's dawn in the jungle, so you've got the animals calling to each other in the distance, and just the dripping of the leaves. I wanted to pervade the music. To achieve that feeling of wetness, I took a raindrop sound off the synthesizer, and then I used a flute sound. In fact, the flute was actually myself blowing across a bottle, which achieves a very, very wet sort of note, and that was ideal to use as a solo instrument. Well, this is a very different sort of problem, in fact. It's the music has got to compensate for what the animals themselves didn't actually do. The snake was in fact supposed to attack the tortoise, but what actually happened was that the snake just moved away. The music was hoping to compensate for this. So I gave the tortoise a very pleasant character, and the snake, in complete contrast, was a hissy I mean, I used hisses for my voice. I scratched the mic. I found all sorts of weird sounds on the synthesizer and put them all together. And then, of course, the other very important element is silence. Now, the producer said to me on this cue that he wanted it to be like Psycho, incredible suspense as we go up this leg. And it's just waiting. And you're waiting with it to see what it's going to do. That's the scorpion down there is just waiting.
So how does Elizabeth Parker see the role of music in a natural history series?
Natural sound effects are an incredibly important part of a natural history film, and music, providing it's used properly, can really enhance those natural sound effects. And I very much believe that my music should be part of that texture of natural sounds, of the narration and the pictures, so that the whole 4 elements combine to create a texture, like a tapestry really, of sound and picture.